Do you know how it feels to have your heart ripped out? It takes your breath away. It feels like you can barely even breathe. I would have done anything for you, Dominic. I put you on a pedestal. I treated you like the man that I thought that you were. But you're not a man. You're just Rhea's little bitch. I wish that I could take back every single tear that I wasted on you. But I can't. So all I can do now is make your and Rhea's life a living hell.
Callback from last week. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to the Top of Wrestling Podcast. Actually, if it was a real callback from last week, I'd go, ha! Welcome to the Top of Wrestling Podcast. I know you are, but what am I? All right, hey, I'm Mark Fantasia. I'm here. We're off the rails. ODM, what's up?
Sri Lanka, formerly Ceylon. It was about 3 in the morning, and I was looking for 1,000 brown M&Ms to fill a brandy glass, or Wheezy wouldn't play darts that night. So, Miss Wheezy pops her head round the door and mentions there's a little sweet shops on the edge of town. So, we go, and it's closed. So there's me and Crusby and Quants breaking into that little sweet shops, eh? Well, instead of a guard dog, they've got this bloody great big Bengal tiger. I managed to take out the tiger with a can of mace, but the shop owner and his son, that's a different story altogether. I had to beat them to death with their own shoes. Nasty business, really. But sure enough, I got the M&Ms, and Wheezy went on and played a great game of darts. I don't know why I turned Australian halfway through that, but whatever.
I'm not one to talk. I actually heard the accent change. I go, did he just cross continents? Hey, well, it's better than my Drew McIntyre. Speaking of Drew, hey, man, it is our go-home show for SummerSlam this weekend. It is from Cleveland, Ohio, and we're going to have our predictions this week, plus we got news, plus we got Bring It to the Table. We have our Monday Night Wars with Savage just threatening death to everybody. Ash, you're dead.
You're really dead.
Really dead. I was like, it's maybe my favorite fucking promo of Macho in quite some time, or WCW. And, of course, we have our dual top topics. We have the greatest SummerSlam moments of all time, and did Kevin Sullivan do it? I think I just broke ODM.
I got nothing, man. That's all you.
I got facts.
I can't wait to hear it.
You know, last week after, or actually, no, not even last week. Yeah, it was last week. I'm sorry. Drew McIntyre and Jungle Goat, after things were pretty much made official with Punk and Drew at SummerSlam. I don't know how old the photo is, man, or if it's that recent.
I think it's recent.
Oh, my God. Drew and Jungle Boy. But it's funny because it came out the day after Blood and Guts, where he was bleeding and everything. So that's what makes me wonder if it's real or if it was that day or not. And okay. I zoomed in hard to see if it was photoshopped. I'm like, nope. And he even took it down.
The post was recent. The picture, I think, is older. It's probably...
That's what
I feel like I've seen this before, and he's just bringing it back up.
I like the version, well, our logo, but we'll get there. It's basically Tony Khan's favorites. and Molly.
His
But-
favorite toys. And Molly. Not the drug. Although it might be there,
Not
too.
the drug. I just recently, in Cobra Kai, he was caught with Molly. Ugh, what did he do, get her pregnant?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Old people.
But, so they broke the internet last week with Jungle Boy and Drew McIntyre together. I did read a thing today that Punk and Drew apparently have leeway or freedom to do what they want to with their promos, social media, everything. The feud has been awesome, okay? But I gotta say this, it just got a little worse. I'm not a fan of Seth Rollins being involved anymore.
Same.
His shirt, I called it. I said, come out in a full ref shirt, right? Or frilly jacket or whatever. And he did that.
I think, and maybe I'm just misremembering things here, which is certainly possible. I want to say you basically said it, but we talked about the pirate shirt from Seinfeld.
Yes.
That's what it is,
100%.
basically.
Yeah, and I said, but with stripes, that's it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, he's like, maybe I'll count to 20, maybe I'll count to 1,000,000, and I'll let you tap when you tap. I'm like, I don't know, man. The feud was already full of enough heat. We didn't need to add Seth Rollins. However, with his hatred for Punk, it does add an element of what can happen. And it's funny because I read a thing earlier today, Bully Ray saying there's no other match that should headline SummerSlam than Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa. And I go, nope. I think you should definitely close with Drew and Punk. Because back in 2013, they closed, not with the championship, with Punk, Big Show, and Cena in the match. No. They closed with Triple H versus Brock Lesnar, a no-title match, first-time meeting. Mm-hmm. Or maybe it was the second-time meeting at that point. I don't know whichever one it was. This is the feud. That's the one to close with. I'm sorry.
It is, and I agree with you. However, what if? No, not. If Roman comes back, then you have to put Cody Solo last.
Okay.
There's no two ways about it. If Roman's coming back, you have to put that on last. You put Drew, Punk, 2 matches before that with a fucking bathroom break match in between. You know?
Bailey and Nia Jax.
Oh, God, I'm going to jump ahead. I added this to the notes for Raw, SmackDown, NXT. I'm just going to bring it up here. Did you hear they did a split screen of Nia Jax and Bailey? Have you seen it? Bro.
No, I was a little busy on Friday. I didn't get to see SmackDown.
Hey, look who you're talking to. I only heard this on Cornette. They referenced it. So, fuck it. This could be 2 weeks. No, it's not 2 weeks old. It was a split screen interview, right? So they're both independent. They're both different places, but you're seeing them side by side. And they're going back and forth, and Nia's cutting a not-so-great promo. And Bailey goes, you know what? We're going to go here. I don't care. You know, you took me out of my SummerSlam main event, so many years back. And you know what? Yeah, you think you're on top of the division. You're not going to beat me because you're stronger than me. You're not going to beat me because you're better than me. You're going to beat me because you're big, you're clumsy, and you're reckless.
God damn. Just when I thought I couldn't love that BBL much more. Is that what it is? BBL? Is that what it was called?
You BBL, you got it. Yeah. You know what I text back when Bailey texts me? BTB. Bring that booty.
Daryl, The Office. Love that one.
Got it. Nailed it.
That's such a good one. I just say BTB. So, all right, we're going to dip into SummerSlam in just a moment because I have some theories on some things, especially if you are going to close. I'll just say this right now. This past Friday on SmackDown, not Tonga Loa, because he had a weird eye patch for some reason. I don't know what the fuck happened there. I kind of missed what happened the week before. But he was replaced by Jacob Fatu, who tagged with Tama Tonga in the Gauntlet match. And they won #1 contendership to face DIY this coming Friday. I think. Man, do I think they'll actually put the title on Solo? Not necessarily. But if Bloodline 2.0 wins on Friday, and you are closing with Cody and Solo, you'd have him win so that Roman comes out at the very end with that music. I'm saying it could work out that way, or he shows up to cost him a match, one or the other.
So, and I don't like the idea that I'm about to throw out there, but again, we fantasy book, we throw spaghetti in a pot against the wall, see if it sticks. So what if Solo does win and Roman comes back and the swerve is Solo just hands Roman the title? Like, here you go, bro.
Oh, I would hate it.
Yeah, agreed.
Never.
That's why I said I didn't like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Next time you have one of those ideas and you go, I don't know.
Don't
if I
say
like
anything.
This, just don't say it.
Hey, it's all for the content. It's all for the content.
So here's some fun stuff for you. Bryan Danielson is your number one contender to face Swerve at All In. Doctors have him on a strict restriction of no wrestling between now and then. That is how frail this dude's body is becoming, how injured he's become, working for Tony Khan. He's set to make an announcement, I guess, on Dynamite tonight.
Yes.
His contract is pretty much done. I think he's doing All In. I think he said he wants to end Wrestle Dream in Seattle. The kicker is Darby Allin did win the number one contendership for Grand Slam. He won the Royal Rampage this past Friday night.
Original.
I kind of wonder if Danielson wins and he's a transitional champion for Darby to take it. So Swerve can still look strong. You lost to a legend, but losing to Darby would be different. You know, I'm just saying options, okay?
Yeah.
If they have to do something right now, it's dog shit.
I mean, for
everything is
AEW.
dog shit.
Yeah, exactly. For AEW, I mean, it makes sense.
Well, look at Sammy Guevara. Remember him? Well, we haven't seen him in quite some time because he injured Jeff Hardy and said, fuck it, I'm going to go a couple more moves and fuck this dude up completely. He made his return to Ring of Honor tapings. They haven't even appeared yet. It doesn't appear till Thursday that you can actually see that one. It wasn't even at Death Before Dishonor that he showed up.
Well, we got to fill in everybody in on why that is.
Because he hurt Jeff Hardy, I said.
That's not why.
Wait, is this their rebranding Ring of Honor thing?
Do you remember Sammy Guevara was on a podcast once? Remember what he said about Sasha Banks?
Oh, yeah, and she works there now. Oh, that makes way more sense. Now I see that's why you wrote that in the notes. That makes more sense.
Mercedes Moné pulled a CM Punk, and I'm not even trying to talk trash on CM Punk. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, fuck this guy. Yep.
Fuck him and his girlfriend.
And
you know what's funny? That Eric Bischoff called...
Never
Eric Bischoff called Mercedes Moné one of the greatest workers in the business. Just like Goldberg. You knew when to strike for the money. It doesn't mean you're a good wrestler. You're just a good worker who knew when to get the money at the right time. He goes, she is a smart worker in the business. I'm like, sure. Still can't put one fucking glove on her hand, but whatever.
Yeah, and it's great because I actually saw the clip on AEW, but they edited that part out.
Yeah, exactly. Couldn't get one glove on. Michael Jackson would be rolling over in his little boy's grave. Look, also... What?
I was going to say, I'm going to fantasy book it on 2K24. I'm going to download Michael Jackson and Mercedes Moné, and I'm just going to have Michael Jackson beat the shit out of her with one glove on.
Oh, that sounds fun. So with rumors of Lashley departing WWE soon, there's also been talk that MVP his contract is pretty much done, but he's there kind of, I think. But after Bloodsport concluded this past Saturday or Sunday night, MVP showed up and challenged Josh Barnett. Also on the card, Shayna Baszler had a match and won. Julius Creed had a match and won. Charlie Dempsey, Regal's son. And the best match on the card, Santana. Mike Santana versus Homicide. Homicide won,
dope.
By the way.
Dope.
I didn't anticipate that.
That's a dope matchup history there, man. You know what I mean?
It is. Oh, it was good stuff to watch. Other good stuff, Nick Khan and Triple H flew to London. It's looking probably like WrestleMania 42 is probably going to be in London. 42 or 43, I'd say.
Love it. Love it. That'll sell out. It'll sell out faster than fucking All Out did. It's gonna be fucking.
Would they do it at Wembley?
No, it's outdoors. And in England, fucking, it's like Seattle. It's like Rochester. It fucking rains all the time. You don't fucking want it outdoors. You want it indoors. I don't know their big arenas there, but they'll find a spot for damn sure. They'll fucking build one for that.
I think it'll be great. So last week I brought up the G1 Climax and how things were going. I got to tell you, I'm going to give you just a couple of leaders in each round. In each division. You got the A block and the B block. Evil is 5-0, has not lost a match. By the way, your champion right now is Tetsuro Naito. So
yeah,
there's
makes
that
sense.
old.
They've done it though. They've done that though. Like I'm kind of tired of it. Like
LIJ
Evil,
feud, 100%.
Yeah, Evil, Sonata, Naito, start fucking passing the torch.
So the guy who's in second place with only one loss is Zack Sabre Jr. at 8 points.
That was your guy.
Still time. He has one loss. The B block, the tying first place are people at 6 points. Konosuke Tateshka and Yuya Umera. And Umera is the one that beat Konosuke. His only loss was to this guy. Everybody else is at like 4, pretty much right below that. The fact that Konosuke is actually still in it and leading, okay. It's not going to happen, but dear God, if they put the title on him versus Moxley, I'm involved. I'll watch New Japan again.
Yeah, my thing with Takeshita is you can have him go to the finals. I think the better plan would be have him win the fucking tournament, get his shot, and lose the match. He shouldn't be IWGP champion yet. You know what I'm saying? Or he gets out of the tournament and then have him go for the IC title. Or did they still merge?
I could be absolutely fine though. It's not the Intercontinental; it's the Global Championship now, or whatever it is. We're going to get to title changes in a second. But man, I'd be absolutely okay though if it was 2 totally different non-New Japan guys in the finals. Zack Sabre versus Konosuke. Either one loses at Wrestle Kingdom, I'm fine. But I think that would be the match I'd like to see is those 2 in the finals.
Yeah, good call.
It'll be Evil and Sonata. Anyway. Grab your straws. It's time for Tony's Quick Sniffs of the Week. Scorpio Sky isn't injured. His last match was October 7th. He said that he just has nothing going. They have nothing for him. That's a waste of talent. He's the original AEW Tag Team Champion.
Yeah, he was the guy that were like, this guy could be world champ one day.
I thought he was going to be. He gave Jericho his first pin. Did you happen to see Tony Khan strung out at Comic-Con announcing Mercedes Moné versus Britt Baker? He was yelling, not blinking. It was weird, man. He's like, you guys want to see it? And it's literally the thing on the TikTok says Tony Khan snorted out of his mind. Or some shit like that. It was perfect. It was him. Chris Jericho said the Learning Tree segments are the most watched segments in AEW right now. Bullshit. Not even my dick.
Yeah. That's a callback, ladies and gentlemen.
Right?
Remember, I just saw a memory come up the other day from another page on Facebook. This is the same person in 2021 that said within a few months AEW Dynamite's going to beat Raw's ratings.
Sadly enough, Rampage has more episodes than Thunder ever had. Dynamite's catching up.
That's not saying much.
Lucha Brothers contracts are both set to expire pretty much around the beginning of September. And Tony Khan purposely did an injury angle to Daniel Garcia in case he doesn't resign. So wait, there's an opportunity that he actually wasn't even going to resign at all? And it looked like you were about to push him with MJF, and you took him out completely. You know why? Because all you do is have him put his elbows in the air and fucking hump. Put him in NXT. Hey, I hate to keep saying the same broken record we always do, but do me a favor. Look at Ethan Page, Shawn Spears, fucking Lexus King. He didn't even keep his goddamn name, and he is on weekly. He is having stellar matches. I actually like watching NXT for some reason. And oh yeah, Cody and Punk. You guys let everybody go, and they're all having the best times of their career. Get rid of Scorpio Sky. Get rid of Daniel Garcia. Put them somewhere where they can actually do some work.
Goddamn right. And that's just the recent list. That's not like the complete
Right.
list of everybody that went through NXT.
No. And hey, let's not forget, the only reason that Tiger Queen didn't make it in wrestling is because of Daniel Garcia. Anyway.
And Luke Harper.
Oh, yeah.
And any other
Dynamite.
regional wrestler.
Yeah, anybody from New York. I still love the one. I could have been in GCW if it wasn't for this guy. That ain't it. Might be the skills. Might be that weird lip thing you do, your weird hand. Anyway.
Mouth like
Dynamite. Collision. Last week. Blood and Guts 4. Here's some fun parts. All of the Elite members grabbed staple guns and staple gunned the shit out of Swerve. Go ahead.
That is quite possibly the final nail in the coffin for AEW. I'm sorry.
We thought that last year at that bed of nails. Just remember that.
I am no tough guy. I'm a pacifist. I ain't getting any fights. But if a bunch of guys surrounded me with staple guns like that and were stapling me, I'd fucking kick them all in the dick and then fucking shove those stapler guns down their fucking throats. You're going to tell me your world champion stood there and sold getting hit with stapling guns? We're not even talking fucking like gas-powered fucking, put a staple through a fucking engine block. We're talking like, the handheld ones that you fucking, to hang fucking insulation in attics.
Yeah.
Bro, what a way to fucking bury your world champion.
It's funny, but not funny, but I saw someone turn it into a TikTok and they said, oh, cool, the Elite recreated the Rodney King beatdown. And it was the part where they're all hitting him with the staple guns. I go, Jesus Christ.
Well, one of the guys was Japanese. That's got to help a little.
So when he finally started fighting back, it was funny because Okada looked like he was going to do the Rainmaker to him and instead put up his middle finger, and Swerve staple gunned him right in the middle of the middle finger. And I go, okay, that was kind of funny. That was a good part. He was handcuffed by Adam Page, or Hangman Page, and all of a sudden, his one hand just happened to be free. The cuff, all of a sudden, I'm like, they cannot figure out how to do these things. And then holy shit, watching Jeff Jarrett come down. Prince Nana has these wire cutters in his hand. Not like a big one, but like the little ones like I would use to change guitar strings, right? And like just regular wire cutters. And they're trying to unlock the handcuff. They're like, I can't get it. Yet Nana's holding this fucking thing, and I go, oh my God, this is embarrassing. Just stop. It's them in locks, just like that fucking time with the cage, and everybody was like, oh, we'll walk through, we're fine. They finally got him free, and then Prince Nana goes here and hands over the wire cutters to Swerve because he can't get in the cage. He had to cut his way through the cage on the bottom to get through. Long way to get around. I actually thought he was about to not be in the match at all. But then also the Elite are threatening Adam Page during it. If you don't get in the ring right now, you're fired. And he gets all mad and goes in the ring. It was all over the place, this whole match.
Like he just rejoined the team. Why are you already teasing that he's going to turn on you?
Exactly.
You should be doing that 2-3 months down the line at least.
It's the Bucks. So first, Darby goes looking for a gas can. He gets the lighter, comes back into the ring, and legit asks the ref, do you know where the gas can is? And then goes back outside of the ring to a different corner and comes back up with the gas can. He was down looking for it for like a good minute, comes back in empty-handed except the lighter. And I watch him ask the ref. I go, what the fuck is he doing? He goes back and I go, oh my God, he had to ask the ref where his own fucking tools were. Holy shit.
Real gasoline, cry me a river.
Yeah, well, in the meantime, Mark Briscoe takes the chair and wails Jack Perry. Like
good
a
for
gimmick
him.
Chair, not gimmick chair. Yes. Good for him. The pop sound was loud. Man.
It was.
Like,
it was very loud.
It was Rock hitting Ken Shamrock.
It was
pop.
in the face. Yeah, that was still one of my favorite moments, man. It was reckless. It was completely reckless, but it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
Right. Well, they say that you could shave down the chair and gimmick it. They say. I don't know. I mean,
a headshot's a headshot, man.
I agree. But then Darby stands. This is a 2-ring thing. If you guys didn't watch this, it's War Games. he stands in the middle and says to Matt Jackson, if you don't give me my title match against him at All In, I'm going to set his ass on fire. And I'm with, I think it was either Bully Ray or Mark Henry. You took all the fun out of it when you poured gasoline all over him, and then you decide to stand in the middle of the ring with a lighter and go, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And Matt goes, please don't do it. It was horrible. Horrible ending to this match.
A ripoff of the War Games where they handcuffed Flair to the ring, and Mongo, they told Mongo, you either quit or we're going to bash his brains in. Complete ripoff of that.
Except they did bash his brains in, so why didn't you set Jungle Boy on fire?
Good call. Well, you know.
So Mariah May won a match, and Toni Storm's music hits, and she's looking around. She goes, ha, 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 she's not coming out. And Toni came out in a wig. And when she popped that wig off, the fucking pop, the sound, and she had her hair all slicked back. She had that just...
It looked great.
Pissed look. Oh, it was amazing. It was a good shot, man. They did a good job.
It was a good shot. My only gripe with it was they sold it too long. It took forever for Mariah May to turn around and be like, "Oh shit, it's you." It took way too.
Not
fucking
really.
long.
I thought it was pretty okay, but that's.
I saw the
maybe
clip.
I saw the edited.
Yeah, it seemed way too long. Other than that, though, no, I agree with you. The pop was phenomenal. She looked great.
Did you see the video of her at Comic-Con?
Mariah May?
No,
Toni?
Toni Storm.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. Someone said something. She goes, I got hit in the head with a fucking shoe last week. And she's like, she goes, I was bleeding. Dude, she is so good.
Yeah.
I wish she was back in WWE under Triple H, because that timeless Toni Storm character could really have some distance.
Right.
It's going to get stale in AEW.
Bring back the vaudevillains. Be her valets.
I liked the vaudevillains, man.
So did I. I hated them, but I loved them.
So we used to have a title called the All-Atlantic title, and then last year they changed it to the International title, and now MJF has changed it to the American title.
The title hasn't been around a year. It's already in its third iteration.
Mm-hmm. This is literally the Legends Global Digital Media, whatever they've kept renaming it in TNA.
TNA, yeah.
But this is within a 1 year period that all these names
Not
have
even.
changed. Oh my God! How about United States Champion? Well, they have that over there. American. Dear God. So Death Before this Dishonor was this past Friday night. Dustin Rose and the Von Erichs, they won a match, and they ended up going on to Battle of the Belts and winning the ROH 6-man Tag Team Championship. So Dustin Rose and Von Erichs are champions. Athena extended her 600-plus title reign, 600-day plus title reign. She had that scare a month or two back.
Yeah.
She's still going, man, and I was so glad to see that she won. Layla Hirsch won a women's Texas death match, which was very bloody. It was pretty good. I actually liked it.
We were just talking about, like, where the fuck has she been? We knew she had, like, an ACL injury or something. I'm glad that she's back. She had a lot of a promise. I hope she gets some good screen time and maybe gets over to AEW. Or
saddest
NXT.
thing in life is wasted talent. And I wasn't ready for this. So there's this team with, like, Kyle O'Reilly, Orange Cassidy, and Tomohiro Ishii, and they're called, like, the Conglomerate or some shit. That's literally the name of it, and I'm not even kidding. But Ishii and Kyle O'Reilly tagged against the Kingdom for the tag titles, and they retained. But the Kingdom tried getting involved in the main event with Mark Briscoe taking on Roderick Strong, which, to be honest with you, is the biggest throwback of ROH you could have, to be honest with you. I was like, okay,
yeah.
I'm in. I like this. And it's funny because even in the promo, Roderick goes, Mark! It's just, I don't know why the first name thing is fantastic. I was guaranteeing that Roderick Strong was going to win. I got to be honest with you. And then right before the match, they even showed a promo tomorrow night on Collision, and it showed that Mark Briscoe was going to be in a tag team match, and the picture didn't have the title on his shoulder. I go, oh, well, thanks for ruining this. But Kingdom gets involved, and then the Conglomerate gets involved, minus, or Conglomeration, whatever the fuck they are, minus Orange Cassidy. And Mark Briscoe ends up retaining against Roderick Strong. Wow, they are really giving him something. Look, if you're going to do anything in Ring of Honor, I'm okay. It is a year too late. Well, they couldn't do anything when Jay was alive because he was racist or homophobic or whatever he said.
Correct.
I still agree. No, I didn't. I didn't know what
Jesus Christ.
I didn't know. What
Ladies and gentlemen, the views of the professor do not reflect the views of the Top of Wrestling or ODM.
Or I meant more of like I liked Jay Briscoe. Shit happens. So, Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, they open up Raw. Good promo. It got personal. I liked it. It's funny because I sent you a meme that said, man, I don't think this Drew McIntyre and CM Punk feud can get any hotter. And it says, Seth Rollins says, here, hold my really fluffy fillery jacket or whatever it is. And I was like, that's fucking awesome. And then he comes out, and I think he's making a joke of the fucking event. I just don't like him being the ref. No. I thought it was going to be okay, but I think he's taking away from what the feud is. But if you have a regular ref in there, you're more like, unless you're going to call no DQ on the match right off the bat, then it's probably better to have a Rollins.
But you can get away. Exactly. Because it's not a no DQ match, but Rollins will let shit go.
Yep. Liv Morgan destroyed the shit out of the Judgment Day Clubhouse. And did you happen to see that? If you look at it, she X'd out everybody's face. Yup, I see you dancing over there. But Finn Balor.
Mm-hmm. And remember, a few weeks ago, a couple months ago, where she left the hotel key?
The key.
Balor scooped it up.
Yeah. And he's been involved in a lot of those segments, and he's trying to get Dominic to fight Jay and get all this shit going on.
Ooh.
What
if it's not just Rhea that leaves Judgment Day? What if it's Rhea and Dom? Dom face turn.
Nah, he'll still get booed to shit. People don't
But if you build it to where Finn was fucking Liv the whole time. Finn fucking Liv too?
Yo, you just realized you kiss everybody in Judgment Day?
I'm just saying.
Well, and then she burned down some pictures of Dom and all this stuff. It's just...
She had the smeared mascara.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
Lots of good shit going on right now in fucking WWE. Yeah, we're not marks, but we fucking know good shit when we see it. That's why we make this podcast.
The only thing is that there was rumors of 8 matches, and there's only 7 at SummerSlam, and they put the Wyatt 6 versus Gable and Creed's next Monday on Raw. I guess if you want to do it right and you don't want to have it rushed on a pay-per-view, I'm okay with it. I get it. I wanted to see the payoff at least there. But they all unmasked the other night. And, dude, Dexter Lumis looks like Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie. Yeah, no shit, right?
Fucking awesome. Yeah. I loved it.
Yeah, not bad.
Joe Gacy.
Yeah. And Joe Gacy had to say he's got the facials. He's got the facials. He just sells it good. Lumis does, too. I think it works. My favorite part was Nikki... Our Sister Abigail,
Cross.
like Luthez pressing Chad Gable as he tried to powder.
Dude.
It was great. It was fucking
They're
fantastic.
making them look really good on the show. I'm liking it. They're doing a good job with them.
Yeah.
This Saturday is SummerSlam, so let's break it down here. Damian Priest versus Gunther. They're making Priest look like he has a chance, but I think they're doing that because Gunther's going to win come Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a failed attempt to try to make him look tough because they have not been doing a good job of it. And I don't think that's Priest's fault, man. I mean, I think Priest is a great worker. I think he's, he should be in the top tier, But just as a world champion, I'm not sold. Now's the time. Pull the trigger. Put the title on Gunther.
Agreed. We did bring up our predictions about Cody Rhodes and Solo Sikoa. I think it's likely Cody retains maybe help of Roman, which would be kind of a full circle thing going all the way back to WrestleMania. I guess I could kind of get down with it. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I'm just hoping, like I said, during the middle of the match, just as Solo's about to do a spike. Ladies and gentlemen, just something, man. I mean, make it a pop.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
You know what else I would do? Is I would have a quick interaction or an interruption or interference, really, from AJ Lee during this whole Punk and Drew McIntyre thing.
That would be awesome. There's a lot of rumors swirling, but I think that's just because Marks like to talk. Here's my thing, and it would be a subtle shot at AEW. Rocky 3. Roman comes out, helps Cody retain. Hey, brother, I did this for you. You owe me a favor.
Which is funny because you saw that thing I sent you, right? Mm-hmm. That the only reason Apollo died is because Rocky let him because he was afraid he was going to tell people that he beat him in that one secret match. And it's what's his name
pal.
from. It's what's his name from the league as well. The doctor dude, chiropractor, or no, the surgeon, whatever his name is. The dorky guy has the cat.
Oh,
the lady.
Andre.
Fuck, whatever his name.
Andre.
That was him doing that entire fucking theory about
Yeah.
Rocky.
Yeah.
It's hysterical. And he's like, I should hold on to it just a little bit long enough to make it look like I'm trying to save him. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. Maybe the Roman Cody thing happens. But I think if Roman's returning, his first sight is going to be set on this whole bloodline thing.
Sure.
I hope.
Sure.
Women's title, Bayley. I think she retains.
Here's the thing, man. We always got to swerve. And again, they haven't fired Nia Jax, even though it was Vince's last hire before he left. I just have a feeling, man, the Bayley thing is stale. I love Bayley. She's good on the mic. She's a great worker. She sells well. She can play heel or face. I mean, Bayley's a top-tier superstar to me, wrestler. I just feel like they're going to fucking put the title, because then she's the queen and she's the fucking world champ. Because in that promo against Bayley, she says, I'm the queen. I'm at the top of the division. And even Bayley looks at her title like, no, you're not. I am. And it's the whole fucking... who's the Nia Jax equivalent in AEW? Nyla Rose.
Nyla Rose. Well,
I feel
kind of.
don't go there. We don't need to get into the specifics. But I don't know, man. Something just tells me they're going to put it on Nia Jax. She's your beast.
All right. Well, I think that women's match depends on the other women's match with Rhea and Liv Morgan. Because if there's a retaining on one, I don't think that they're going to do a retain on the other. They would do a title change. Maybe it's all. Who knows?
It's a new WWE.
But this match, I am still calling. I know that they're trying to give you the sign of Finn Balor. I get it. I still think Dom goes with Liv.
I think that's the more likely. And the beauty of it is Triple H is not Tony Khan. So he's not going to rush it. Why would you? Liv still has a very major part in this storyline. There's still more to tell. You could stretch it all the way to WrestleMania. Rhea doesn't need the title right now. She just came back, let her wreck the shop, and build her way back up to that title. You could even do it at Survivor Series or Royal Rumble if you need to.
Oh my God!
So
the tattoo on the sternum. Jesus Christ. Anyway, my glasses just fogged up. Weird. U.S. title, Logan Paul versus L.A. Knight. I want them to hand it to L.A. Knight and give him a bone, but I, for some reason, see Logan Paul cheating and retaining.
I'm going to go out on a limb. There's going to be a lot of title changes here. I think Gunther's going to win the title. I think Nia Jax is going to win the title. I think L.A. Knight's going to win the title. And I'm going to jump ahead. I think Braun Breaker wins the title.
I think Braun Breaker wins, too. That was my next prediction. That was the next match we were going to talk about.
Yeah.
I think he does.
Yeah.
And as far as who wins in the CM Punk Drew McIntyre match, I'm actually going to give it to Drew McIntyre.
Same, and you should.
Even though I want Punk to win.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But he fucked him over too many times.
Mm-hmm. Got to get
Drew
comeuppance.
Should get this win.
Yep, 100%.
Yes. So I heard you got contacted last week by Buster.
Yeah, I did, Buster. And I mean, he pretty much just echoed what you said. I mean, you pretty much hit the nail on the head when you were talking about it. But yeah, apparently.
Well, I was guessing it.
Yeah, well, no, apparently, we talked about how, kayfabe, pal, we're going to jump ahead a little bit here. At the upcoming pay-per-view for WWE in 1999, it's supposed to be Austin versus the number one contender, which is Triple H. It doesn't happen. They swap out Triple H. They interject Taker at first, but then it ends up being Mick Foley. Mick Foley wins the title from Austin, and Mick Foley drops the title to Triple H a few weeks later, I think. 3 weeks, 4 weeks maybe.
A day.
Is it a day? I thought it was a few weeks.
It is a day.
Okay, well, it's not the first
Believe
time
me,
they've
I
done
remember.
that. It's not the first time they've done that. But basically, Austin didn't think Triple H belonged in the main event, and I think a lot of it really had to do with his in-ring work. Austin wasn't going to put himself in a bad position to get hurt. just to put Triple H over.
I get it, but Austin's matches were fucking cookie cutter as John Cena's.
Which
all you gotta do is brawl around the ring.
Which is a damn shame, because if you look at a stunning Steve Austin in WCW, motherfucker could work. Motherfucker could
WWE,
work.
I'm telling you, Stone Cold Steve Austin was a cookie cutter match every time.
He got
It's the
over
same
as
shit
his
over and over, 'cause
promos.
He had 2 bad knees.
Yeah, no shit. So anyway, basically he confirmed that, and I did a spot check real quick, and it seems to check out. So Buster, you came through again. We'll send you your peanuts as payment.
Good job. Now it's time to bring some shit to the table.
Just bring it, bitch! Oh my God!
Sex sent me to the ER.
No, it didn't, you liar.
Not me personally, but Darby Allin. You've probably seen this picture. A black-haired Darby Allin, Sam and Angel are on TLC's Sex Sent Me to the ER. It kept popping up so much, I had to YouTube it and look it up. Whoa. Good job, Darby. You were trying to break that shit all the way back then.
It just goes to show you how fake those shows are.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know where to go from there. Just thought I'd bring it up. Just a very young Darby Allin.
And he looks like
breaking his dick.
Looks like a twat too.
Oh my God, 100%, especially with that haircut. All right, that's my table brings.
Oh, mine's going to be short too. Professor, do you like donuts?
Yes.
If I had a box of donuts and I was like, "Here, bro, here you go. You want one?" You'd be like, what would your response be?
Sure, what kind?
There you go.
Or whatever.
More than likely. What are your favorite donuts? Top 3. Doesn't have to be definitive. Off the top of your head.
I do like a good white cream.
You know what? I'm glad you said that, because I didn't want to volleyball that one to you. But yeah, I'm with you on that one.
It's I don't like the custard one.
Yeah,
where it's
because that's a
yogurt-ish.
Boston
I never
one,
liked
and
that.
Boston can go fuck itself. But that's a different story altogether. No offense, Wheezy.
Does apple fritter count as a donut?
I count it. They sell them at Ridge Donut, and Ridge Donut sells a fucking
Same,
fantastic
okay.
apple fritter.
And then probably glaze.
Glaze, okay. I like a good sour cream donut. A Ridge Donut also has a red velvet that's really good. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know who doesn't like donuts besides Al Qaeda?
Tony Khan.
Wheezy. What? You're fucking weird, dude.
How? I mean, it's delicious.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to get fat. He has to keep his girlish figure. Let's go to the wars.
He's got to wear a girdle like Murtaugh. He's got to wear a girdle like Murtaugh.
He doesn't
did.
know. He needs to fucking wear the opposite. He needs to wear some shit and make sure he looks like he's fucking gaining some weight. I love you, bro. You're healthy. You're fine. You're in good shape. Don't take it personally. But eat a fucking donut, you fucking Momo.
Try one. Especially a white cream filling. Oh. You get it all over your mouth, and it's just so good. That can't be a show name. I forgot where I was going.
I don't know. I already said let's go to the wars. Let's go to the wars.
Hey, you want to go to the wars?
I got to take a piss. Let's go. The DeLorean can wait. I got to piss.
Monday Night Wars!
This challenge earlier.
If you don't give me my return title shot that I so duly deserve, we are gonna stomp, what do you say, a mud hole in your ass.
Well, Stone Cold Steve Austin getting assaulted here by The Undertaker and The Big Show, but Austin is on his way to this very ring as we speak to defend the WWF title in a no-holds-barred matchup with The Undertaker.
Well, this is going to be the biggest mistake of Austin's life. I thought Austin made a big mistake when he got on the wrong side of Vince McMahon, but this is the biggest mistake he's ever made.
Pillman, you're dead. Louis Spicolli, you're dead. Owen Hart, you're really dead. I think I got that promo right. I'm pretty sure it's how it went this past week.
Christ. I like how you threw Spicoli in there. There's a fucking deep cut.
Well, I was trying to think of anybody that died in the last year or two of watching the wars. I was like, who else has died recently?
I think Wrath died pretty recently, or he's about to. I don't know.
I think he's about to. But, Draws?
You're paralyzed. And you grow no leg hair.
God damn, the throwbacks today. All right, it is the Wars. It is Raw. It is Nitro. And, hey, man, I got to be honest, some parts of Nitro were just a little bit entertaining this week. Hence why I was able to give you a little bit of a Macho Man promo.
There you go.
Good to see him back. But we can't even dive in until I say this one. I'm watching Nitro. And I'm looking, I go, God damn, Miss Madness, who is now, I don't know, Moira, whatever. Mona, whatever the fuck. Yeah. I'm looking, I go, I know this girl, man. It is Molly Holly. Which is before she joins WWE and becomes a cousin of the Hollies. I didn't even know this was her. Wow.
Same.
That's it. All right, yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Raw, August 2nd.
We're done with the Wars. Fuck it. That's all we need to do today.
Let's go to the top topic. No, August 2nd, 1999, Raw's in Ohio State University. Tin Soldiers and Nixon's coming. Acolytes are at the top of the ramp while the pyro's going off at the beginning of the show. They had a tag match against Big Show and Taker on Heat. They get to the ring and call them out and say they're not leaving until they show up. But Bob Holly comes out instead. Funny that you bring up Mona. Bradshaw says,
I know.
Which one of us do you want to kick your ass? Holly says, both. Either nut up or shut up. And guess what happens? The Acolytes kick his ass. Then Taker and Show arrived at the arena with Bearer, and there is nothing greater in this world than seeing Paul Bearer in plain clothes. Edge is with Terry Taylor. I think it's like our first, pretty big promo from Edge on Raw. I don't think we've really seen one.
Yeah, just talking.
Yeah. And they're talking about how Christian is supposedly with Gangrel now. Well, he made his decision, I'm making mine. Well, there you go. Well, that leads us right into Edge vs. Gangrel in a bloodbath match. JR makes a point to tell us, and you can see that there is a bucket on a table, and that bucket is full of simulated blood. Okay?
Thanks for telling us that. Well, it could be AIDS bucket blood, or blood bucket.
It wasn't in Philadelphia. So at one point, Gangrel gets a chair, but Edge kicks it right into fucking Gangrel's face, and I think he got busted open the hard way on that one, because right above or right under his eye, Gangrel got busted open. Later on, Gangrel uses the chair to block his spear. Gangrel grabs the bucket of simulated blood, and the lights go out and the Brood music plays. The lights come out, Gangrel's down, covered in blood, and Christian's standing over him. Edge wins the match. Christian goes in the ring. Him and Edge hug and gets a pretty fucking good pop. Edge is pretty fucking over right now. Not Rock level, but
this is the beginning of but this is the beginning of ENC, man. Now they're gonna ride this through, and then come next WrestleMania is when they get their first title win. So we're about to get some good shit. The 5-second pose, everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually excited to see them as a team. No Gangrel.
Yeah, you look like a mark. Shane comes to the ring, says he's going to address not being there last week on Raw for Vince's goodbye. Sign sighting. Is Nitro still on?
I shouldn't have drank that. That's really good. I hope someone shows up to Raw with that one day. Is Dynamite still on?
Shane puts Vince over. Says Vince should have received a better farewell than Jordan. Calls out JR for participating. Says, I'm going to have my payback later. Saw another sign. Said, Vinnie Mac, a fine stud. And there's a picture on it. There's a picture of HBK's Playgirl photo with Vince's heed put on it. Ew. Shane takes a shot at WCW with the wrestling. Shane says, corporate ministry is free to do what they want to whoever they want. My focus is on Test, you big jacked up scumbag. I don't know why I liked that. Test's music hits, comes to the top of the ramp, says he's going to beat up everybody. Going to get over my car, get my other gun. He says he's going to beat up everybody, and then Steph's going to be an only child. Countdown to the millennium, 168 hours, 26 minutes. It's coming up. And we got a shot backstage of Al Snow in the shitter with a little chihuahua and heed. I told you it wouldn't go down. and Heat has a swirly. We know where this goes.
Remember the time I was like, F the Attitude Era? This is some of the things.
Yep, I know. That dog's not going to be on TV much longer.
Oh, my God. Jesus.
Next.
Oh, the Boss Man feud. Can't wait.
I told you, Big Boss Man's one of the biggest heels during this time period. Taker and then he disappears. I know I got it wrong. Taker and Big Show versus Road Dogg and Kane.
Boss Man,
you're dead in a few years. X-Pac's still all fucked up, so Road Dogg's taking his place. JR says they expect him back at a house show on Friday. Another Sign sighting. This might be my favorite one. Sign says, "No, you suck it."
Clever.
Road Dogg hits a low...
Ray Traylor died in 2004, by the way.
Oh, that's fucking great. Road Dogg hits a low blow on Big Show while the ref's distracted. Then hits one on Taker, gets the hot tag from Kane. Kane choke slams Taker. Place is fucking exploding. Dogg has chair on the floor, swings at Big Show, but Big Show does the KO punch, which is not the KO punch at this time. Right back into Dogg's face. Kane sets up for a tombstone, but he gets distracted by Show, who was camping on the fucking apron for way too long. It was way too blatant. It allows Taker to get the advantage. He hits a tombstone on Kane, gets the 3 count. Acolytes come out to confront Show and Taker. Holly comes in from behind him and takes them both out at the knees with a baseball bat. Holly comes to the ring and runs down Big Show and Taker, saying, "Hey, I'm not saving your sorry asses anymore."
It's the most Attitude Era.
Oh,
show I've
wait
seen.
till we get to the fucking main event.
Well, hang on. 2 things. 1, did anybody not consult with Big Show and be like, "Hey, I think just the tiny black trunks only isn't looking good on you"? It looks like it. He went from having the singlet, like he did with the Andre the Giant style one,
Right.
and when he came in, but like, this isn't good, pal. Doesn't look good.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on that one. And then WWE pulls a WCW, and they just replay Rock Triple H at Fully Loaded.
Not all of it.
Not all of it, but a
of
good chunk of it. Mr. Ass goes to the ring with Chyna. Chyna's wearing like a, I don't know, almost like a Lemmy style
Cowboy
hat.
hat?
Yeah, it's a cowboy hat, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's a Lemmy style. It's a little bit different, you know.
She got it from Fredericks of Hollywood.
Probably. Mr. Ass says he's here to talk about
That's
ass.
a name.
Cuts a promo on Rock and calls him the people's ass. Says he saw The Rock get out of the shower and got a picture of his ass and shows a video of someone's big ass. It looked like Rikishi's ass, if you want to be honest, but I mean. And then he kind of mocks The Rock's promo. Rock comes on the Tron and says, "You know what? That video wasn't of me. It was of your mama, if you smell what The Rock is cooking." What'd you say about my mama?
I love a good your mom joke.
I mean, yeah. Unless fucking the Triad's doing it. We see a video of D'Lo and Mark Henry from earlier today. D'Lo's trying to get Henry to eat healthier, to got to get his weight down and his BP down. But the best part is he fucking gives him an energy drink. Here, eat these vegetables, but just drink this fucking thing of pure caffeine, son. You'll be fine.
Burn that right out. That's all you got to do.
Sure. Henry says, "Man, can I get some sauce or some butter with this?" And JR goes, "You should..." I'm sorry. JR says, "He should get some of that JR barbecue sauce."
Nice plug, JR.
I loved every minute of it. I didn't realize he was selling it that early.
Oh, yeah. He was hawking his shit early.
Next, you get Jeff Jarrett with...
What else do you think I was going to do? A sideline. My half face wasn't working. Made some barbecue sauce.
Jesus Christ. Maybe it was all that time standing over the smoker that fucked his face up. I don't know.
JR's barbecue sauce. So good, half the face don't work.
That might be the best thing you've ever said in your entire life.
Thank you.
Jeff Jarrett with Dever versus D'Lo. It's a title for title, IC title for the European title. We get a ref bump. Jeff Jarrett's down. Deborah comes in and drops both of the titles on the mat and then drops her jacket. D'Lo says, well, fuck that. Picks up one of the titles, knocks out Jeff Jarrett, and D'Lo is now your Intercontinental and European champion. During the break, Jeff Jarrett's with Terry Taylor. He blames it on Deborah. He wants a rematch at SummerSlam. Guess what happens?
Taylor goes,
and then guess what happens after? Austin comes to the ring, cuts a promo on Triple H. Show and Taker come to the ring, and Taker says, if you don't give me a rematch, how is it that you say it? We're going to stomp a mud hole on your ass. And they don't wait. They just beat Austin's ass. Next, it's Big Boss Man versus Viscera for the hardcore title. Not much to say. Boss Man retains. Let's see. They do a WWE.com ad, and the entire ad is a guy getting a prostate exam. If you don't know what that entails, I'm not explaining it. Even if I'm the doc, I'm not explaining it. You fucking look it up. Wait till you get my age.
well, you see,
shut
what
up.
you do is...
Shut it.
Another Office reference. Good job.
Exactly. There you go, fella. Shut it. During the break, China tells Triple H, as he's getting a fucking Diet Coke out of the Coke machine, tells him about Taker's getting the title match instead of him, and Triple H freaks out and starts throwing stuff. Test comes to the ring. He gets jumped by Rodney and Joey Abs. The match is Test versus Rodney. Test wins. He gets a chair and Pillmanizes Rodney's arm. Next, you get Triple H with Cole, and Triple H might not be good enough to be in the main event, but goddamn it, he's good enough to show Cole's face into a fucking equipment locker and says, to hell with that, Taker's not taking my spot. Well, not him, but, I mean, somebody is. Next, you got Blackman versus Val Venus. They show the footage of Shamrock getting hit by the car, and Blackman's like, it was a fucking accident. I don't need to run his ass over. I'll just beat his ass. Why do you think they call me the lethal weapon? Valboski and the internet have a lot in common. They're both easy to get on and both come in many languages. But when you're through downloading the Valboski, you may walk funny, but you'll walk away virus-free. Ew.
I'm going to highly doubt on that one.
Agreed.
Anybody who had to think of that entire statement has a virus or two.
Agreed. Shamrock shows up with a chain, chases Blackman in the crowd, and then to the back, beats him down. Your main event, it's Big Show with Taker versus... I'm sorry, I must have gotten that wrong. Yes, Big Show with Taker and Bearer versus Austin for the world title. Triple H comes out, runs down Taker. The match doesn't even start. Triple H just comes out, runs down Taker. You want Austin, you got to go through me. Austin comes in, attacks Triple H. Taker and Austin and Big Show and Triple H brawl. The Acolytes run in to attack Taker and Show. Then Kane runs in. Then Road Dogg comes in. Then Bob Holly comes in. Then Mr. Ass comes in. Then The Rock comes in. This is peak Attitude Era. We end with Austin stunning Mr. Ass and Triple H hitting the pedigree on Road Dogg. Peak Attitude Era.
Legit, as it was all happening, I go, here it is. Yeah, this is what Raw's going to be like for the
there
next
it goes.
Can't wait. I thought I only had to enjoy it during Nitro, but now I got to enjoy it during Raw. Sweet.
It only gets worse from here.
I'm just here for the Katie Vick angle.
I don't think we covered that, do we?
If we wait all the way till 2003.
Then no.
I'll hold out.
We still got to go back to October of 95. Yes, we do.
More important.
No. Now!
You ever then you don't know what it's like to fuck a corpse. All right, let's go on to Nitro.
So Nitro's in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. They show on Thunder. Booker T tells Stevie Ray to take that NW off shirt and reunite Harlem Heat. Stevie does. They hug, get a decent pop. They're going to face the Triad at Road Wild. Before this, there were 2 video recaps of shit that happened on Nitro last week. So the Triad comes to the ring. Apparently, they're fighting tonight against Harlem Heat.
And I want to say something. Like, it's 15 minutes in before the Triad walks to the ring. That's how many video packages they were fucking showing in the beginning.
We're going to get there.
Maybe not 15 minutes, but like 7 minutes maybe until they finally had real new shit.
Yeah, we're going to get there. Triad comes to the ring. Apparently, they're fighting Harlem Heat tonight. DDP calls out Benoit. They do the mom jokes. Harlem Heat comes out. And apparently, they're just going to have this match now. It's non-title. We got to save that for the pay-per-view in 2 weeks where the same teams are going to fight. Commentary finally brings up the fact that the Triad fucking politics so that they can swap out partners during the match, even though they've been doing that for like 3 weeks now. Sure. DDP.
We just thought of a reason for what they've been doing, and we thought we would share it to you now.
Exactly. And listen, I'm going to give Bischoff a lot of credit. I love Eric Bischoff. I really do. He's the only thing that was bringing semblance to this show tonight. And that's not saying much. DDP.
I get it.
DDP tries to interfere, but Benoit cuts him off. Booker T gets the pin. Benoit cuts a promo on DDP and challenges him to a match tonight and says, "Don't talk about my mama, huh?" And then Heenan, being Bobby Heenan, says, "I've seen his mother. She's not as ugly as DDP says. She's not very pretty either, but..."
They just don't make them like they used to.
No.
There's not been a commentator as funny and as witty as Bobby Heenan. Jerry Lawler tried to be a Bobby Heenan replacement.
Bobby Heenan.
He couldn't.
Bobby Heenan was the Mel Brooks of announcers. He was a straight man.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
You know what I mean? He's the fucking man.
It didn't matter if he was straight, gay. It doesn't matter. It's his own
Jesus Christ. Well, speaking of that, we get Lodi and Lenny Lane backstage. They're having a little bit of a conversation, and they're wondering where the cat got his pink slippers, if you remember last week. When the cat went for his loaded red shoe in the briefcase, he instead found pink bunny slippers.
I got to tell you, as soon as they showed me Lodi and Lenny, I go, am I watching SmackDown? Is this Pretty Deadly? Like, it's basically what it is when you look at both of them together. I was like, it's just two very insignificant, create a character looking guys, basically.
Pretty much.
That's, yeah.
The prefab ones, too.
Welcome to WCW. Oh, my God, I can't wait for WCW 2000.
We're going to have to keep a counter on how many times that world title changes hands during the year 2000.
Ooh, we'll do a shot each time.
Yeah, I think we'll be okay with that.
Well, it won't be all in one day, hopefully.
Exactly. There you go. We got our splash intro 21 minutes in. All right, there we go. We're back to peak WCW. We're home. Here's where.
Now let's show another throwback.
Sting in-ring promo. He wants Sid and Rick Steiner in the ring tonight, and this week, Sting needs a partner, and he asks the fans who it should be. The marks have spoken. They all say it's Goldberg. So next, you get the Cat versus Lenny Lane with Lodi. Cat cuts a promo on Buff for stealing his red shoes. Says he can beat anybody without his red shoes. They're going to be facing each other at Road Wild. Lenny and Lodi Lane. I got that backwards. Lenny Lane and Lodi.
I got that.
Yeah,
Lenny and Lodi Lane.
Yeah. I kind of like that better. I kind of like that better.
Significant they are.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They both have body glitter. Cat says, "You two girls stop right. You two girls stop right there. You want to find out where I got my pink slippers? Why don't you come in this ring and find out?" And the Cat wins. There you go. Doesn't matter.
And the pink slippers are like the ones that
Ralphie,
the one dude, uses in Don't Be a Menace to South Central.
Oh,
I'll just wear these instead.
Yeah. Me personally, I like the Uzi with the low tops, but that's just my opinion.
Well, this Glock.
Gene's in the ring with Hogan for life. Hogan is wearing a necklace made out of paper clips.
This is the night, and it's so funny because
clips.
I'd seen the meme hundreds of times, being like, the night Hogan tried to swerve us all with because he didn't have his chain, he wore a bunch of paper clips. And I've seen that meme 100 times, and then as soon as I saw it, I go, oh, we're here. Sweet.
Paper clips.
Dude, sold it. Yeah. It's like what I would have made to pretend to be a wrestler when I was a kid, when I made paper championships. You use those. He was like, nah, we're going to fool the whole crowd.
Paper clips. That's not a
He
joke.
was trying a new trend.
Yeah, man. It was fucking hilarious, and I thought the same exact thing. Will motherfucker forget his chain or some shit?
Necklace paper clips, baby.
No, brother, I need to wear something around my neck.
Where your gold chain? That doesn't work for me, brother. We got staples. No. You have any paper clips? We're good.
He calls Kevin Nash Kavina again. They're going to face each other at Road Wild.
Oh, my God.
They're going to face each other at Road Wild for the title, but let's shoot with this thing, brother. There's no secret you don't like me and I don't like you. You're trying to take my spot? Well, I ain't going to wait on you. I'll put up the title tonight. Why not? You're facing each other in 2 weeks. Might as well just fucking do it tonight. And the best part is at the end, like before they go to break, Hogan goes up to the camera. So he doesn't have the mic, but you can hear him. And he's cutting the promo on Nash. And with Hogan that close up on the fucking camera, reminds me of my racist uncle.
Ladies and gentlemen, we at the Top of Wrestling would like to apologize for the unexpected interruption. We are experiencing technical difficulties and expect to return to our normally scheduled podcast momentarily.
For him to remind you of your racist uncle, I don't know. What are you saying? Like how he's just screaming at the camera?
Everything. Well, in case you didn't see the Sting promo from like 10 minutes ago, they're going to show you the whole thing again. And what better way to follow it up than to have Sting come to the ring again to continue the promo he did 10 minutes ago. They cut to backstage. Goldberg's heading to the ring, apparently to answer Sting's call, but he's stopped by Rick Steiner, who lures him into the boiler room. Sid hits him with a shovel so hard in the back of the head that he splits his fucking heat open to the point where it looks like he has a scar from fucking cervical surgery.
Ew.
Yeah. They lock Goldberg in there. Sting runs to the back to save Goldberg, but Steiner and Sid take him out, drag him back to the ring. It's a beatdown, but Goldberg kicks down the door, runs out and makes the save, and he accepts the tag match. We come back from break. They show the entire segment that I just described.
Mm-hmm. It's like watching Raw with 3 hours, because once you realize 3 hours is too much, now you just have to start recapping. It's basically all it is. It's like legit watching any Raw now.
Oh, wait, we're not even done yet. Next you get Evan Courageous versus Disco Dick Nips. Did you ever notice that Evan Courageous looks like Dan Cortez? Remember Dan Cortez?
Cortez. Isn't Cortez?
Yeah.
So much for you being ODM.
Racist.
You don't even know what it stands for. I still don't. Yeah, I guess he kind of looks like it. I like him.
Yeah.
I can see it a little bit.
Well, Disco Dish Rag wins. David Flair's...
I still think Tony Nese looks like Wheezy.
No way. I'm going to check, though.
Well, the neck up, I can promise you.
Fair enough.
He don't need no girdle.
He don't need a girdle. David Flair's in the back with Tori, still mad rosacea. My dad says I only have to defend the title every 30 days and Charles Robinson's going to be the ref. It was a showcase of how terrible David Flair and Tori were at promos.
Yeah.
They couldn't have made it.
Reed cuts a better promo now than David Flair was doing in
Jesus
99.
fucking Christ.
The real Reed.
Never mind. Right after that, Tenay narrates a fucking video package on how the history of the U.S. title and how David has it now and basically has sullied the name of the title. He ain't lying. Next, you get Hugh Morris and Jerry Flynn tell your dogs to shut the fuck up versus Dean Malenko and Shane Douglas. You know, the best part is when I was typing this, I almost typed Dean Douglas because Dean Malenko, Shane Douglas, Dean Douglas. Wow, that's weird.
Oh, I get that. Yeah.
Robert York, Sergeant Pepper, Sergeant York. I know I fucked it up, but you still got where I was going with that.
No, but I tried using the reference to it earlier. I go, like I said, or I'm like, I don't even use gun.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, good call. Jimmy Hart still has the hardcore trophy. Douglas and Morris, they do not work well together in this match. I'm wondering if one of them was sandbagging the other, like, fuck you, dude. I almost feel like Hugh Morris was sandbagging Dean Douglas. Like, you could see it in a couple spots where he's like, I'm not fucking working with you. Fuck off.
Be pretty build him out if he did.
Yeah. Shane Douglas gets the pin. Here's a little recap for you. This is a 3-hour show, and we're halfway through. A little over halfway through. This is what we've gotten so far on this show. 3 recaps from last week's Nitro and Thunder. We got a match that we're going to see on pay-per-view in 2 weeks. We got a Sting promo that gets broken into 2 segments with a recap of both segments right after they just happened. We get a match. We get Hogan in the ring with Gene challenging for a match tonight that we're going to have on pay-per-view in 2 weeks. We get another match, a David Flair vignette, and then another match.
Can you just get to Macho Man? I mean,
well, I got to mention that there was a Megadeth Goldberg music video, and it was a weak-ass Megadeth song. It was like when they were in their, like, fucking nu metal phase. It was fucking terrible, and I like Megadeth.
Have they announced yet that Kiss is going to be coming in a couple of weeks?
I hope not. I'll kill myself then. Rick Steiner comes
over.
Oh, no,
Kiss is on the way. My version had it. Kiss is going to be here in a week or 2.
That's fucking
performing.
Great. I can't fucking
You know what
wait.
you get from there?
Dog
the Kiss
shit.
Demon. The wrestler.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, well, I hate all of them. Rick Steiner comes to the ring, and he just drags Scott Hudson into the ring, hits a belly to him, and, and then Heenan fucking powders. We come back from break. Bischoff's on commentary. Hudson's being put on a stretcher, and Bischoff's like, will somebody find Bobby Heenan and bring his ass back here? Next, Bobby Duncombe Jr. versus Saturn. Hennig comes out before the bell even rings and says, everybody's a Kurt Hennig wannabe. You know who I'm talking about. I really don't, but that's fine. He mentions Chad Brock. No idea who that is. The best part about this is that Hennig is like, well, now there's another fucking Hennig wannabe. And I'll tell you, he's supposed to be coming here for a concert in a couple weeks. And before he can fucking get to the point, Bischoff is like, Chad Brock. He's talking about Chad Brock. Way to go, dick nuts. As soon as he said that, Hennig's like, yeah, this guy Chad Brock, Chad Schmock, whatever, ripping me off. Cuts a promo on Saturn, and then Saturn immediately hits a DVD on Duncombe and says, Hennig, get your ass in here. So they have a match. They have an exchange of punches where Saturn whiffed like 2 or 3 of them. Like, Hennig's one of those guys that he will sell a real worked punch, like Hart would throw, but could also throw those punches. Saturn, say whatever you want about his in-ring work, can't throw a good working punch.
Never really cared for Saturn, to be honest with you.
Same here.
At all.
Same here.
When the Radicals came over,
he's the last one you cared about.
It always went in this order for me.
Yeah.
It always went Benoit, Guerrero, Dean, Perry.
Agreed.
Speaking of, you were mentioning the guy that's going to be there in a couple of weeks. Don't forget, Jelly's Roll is going to be performing a SummerSlam this coming weekend.
I care.
And you said stealing gimmick. Yeah, speaking of stealing gimmick, I saw a video of this motherfucker mashing up like 6 or 7 rap songs into one little thing, and I go, oh, I'm sorry, that's copyright
infringement, motherfucker. Yeah! We're going to go on a tangent because we do this shit on the wars. I don't give a fuck. Kid Rock mashes up Sweet Home Alabama and Werewolves of London. Fuck that dude to hell just for that alone. First of all, I love Werewolves of London. All right? And fucking Sweet Home Alabama should be shot into outer space, never to be heard from again. You know my feelings on that one. Anyway. Close enough.
I'm a Kid Rock fan.
Yeah, well, that song can go fuck right off.
I will say this, Ann. I'm a Kid Rock fan, but was likely more annoyed than anybody at WrestleMania 25. And I'm like, this dude has been playing for 13 minutes. And they put the tag team title unification match on the pre-show for this thing. That's where I feel every time they put a musical act in. So you were talking about that bathroom break in between Drew, Punk, and then the main event. Jelly's Roll. There you go.
Yeah, fair enough. Absolutely. Absolutely. You fucking nailed it. I ain't mad at it. Anyway, Malenko and Douglas make the save. Who cares? Next, you get DDP versus Benoit. David Flair comes out at some point. Benoit takes him out and gets a roll-up and wins, but DDP hits like 5 cutters after that, and David just taunts Benoit. Okay. You ready? You ready, fella? Strap in.
Oh, I'm ready.
Gene's in the ring with Macho. Macho brings up running for president, But he says, that's on hold. I got a hit list. I want to prove to this country I can take out the trash, okay? Gorgeous George, she's under lock and key. Hogan, you're dead. Nash, you're dead. Rodman, you're really dead. Well, I'm calling that. Well, I can't say that, brother, but I want a match with Rodman right now, even though you're facing each other in 2 weeks. Mona comes to the ring.
When he said I can't say that, how bad do you think he wanted to say the N-word?
I think he wanted to say...
Because I feel like that's what he was trying to say.
I think he wanted to say maggot.
Oh, okay. I thought he was going to say something else. It sounded like it was more racist than I think.
Yeah.
Either way.
It wasn't. If it was
dude all
Hogan,
fired
if it
up
was
and
Hogan,
on steroids.
if it was Hogan, 100%. I mean, I don't doubt that for 1 second.
And for my daughter? Never mind.
You're
Never mind.
dead.
A whole different day.
Hey, did you see Reggie makes a return in the new Bad Boys?
I didn't want to see the movie. Okay?
I don't either, but
Because
Jackie's already asked me
fuck
3
Will
times.
Smith.
Yeah, bitch-ass
But-
bitch.
But I watched a video of Reggie in it.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the
The last one?
Bad Boys for Life, the third one,
Right.
which I saw in the theater like one day before COVID hit. But
So it's your fault.
he's in this news one, and I saw some scenes. Reggie gets his own in this movie. Let's just say that, okay? He gets his due.
Nice.
Motherfucker, you look dirty.
You look 30. You Thundercats smoking weed. You got any shit on you? Mona wants Macho to reconsider firing her. She cannot cut a promo. Listen, Molly Holly may be able to work in the ring, but she couldn't cut a promo for fucking shit. At least not back here. And then Macho does the fucking domestic abuse thing, grabs her by the chin. Gene goes, lighten up on that, please, fella. And then Macho grabs the top of Mona's head, shoves her to her knees, and tells her to beg forgiveness. I don't think that means what you think it means. To the point where the fucking crowd popped when he did it. Get on your knees and tell me you love me.
Shove it in there. Jesus.
Sick
It's
fucks.
they're like, what is it? Requiem. Come.
Maid Marian. Ass to ass. Macho says, you know what? You're still fucking fired. Rodman comes out with a couple of the No Limit soldiers, specifically 4x4 and Swole. And bro, it was censored, but he calls him Macho blank. And I can only assume it's Macho Mag.
Oh. Yeah, my version I couldn't tell either, to be honest with you.
Yeah, cuts it.
hard to
They
tell.
cut it off.
Huh.
He says, "What? You mad I had sex with your girl? You mad that I raped your girl? I think that's what you meant to say." Rodman and crew come to the ring. Mona's
Be
still
the
in
man,
there.
you got to get inside the man, according to David Flair last week.
Jesus fucking Christ!
I didn't say it, he did.
Rodman comes to the ring with crew and says, "Hey, once you go black," and Macho says, "Just 'cause you've been somebody else's bitch for so long doesn't mean you can have mine." And Bischoff immediately goes, "Get him off the air now."
I don't think anybody kept the script.
The best part is my next note. This is probably the most entertaining thing I've seen in Nitro in a long time.
It was off the rails. Like all over the place. I actually questioned how much was written, how much was actually just improvised.
It was Rodman, so probably not a whole lot. It was probably mostly improvised. After that, Mona hits a low blow on Macho. Rodman comes in, hits a shitty back lariat on Macho. A couple standing elbow drops, and he wants the mic, and Bischoff's like, no. We're going to break. And everybody's chanting Rodman.
We're done.
We're done here.
We did that. We're done.
We got through this as best
You're
we
right.
could.
This is Bischoff's. This is actually the only reason this is good is because of Bischoff.
I told you,
Right.
man. You got to give the dude props. I don't agree
even
with
care.
everything he says. I like Eric Bischoff. I ain't gonna front. He's fucking
Same.
great. Next, you get Vampiro with Raven and ICP versus Eddie Guerrero. Vampiro wins. It's a beatdown post-match, but Ray and Conan make the save. Conan!
Been a minute.
I had to do it before you had a chance to. Bischoff calls Hogan to commentary for the main event. Bobby gets up, and the best part is when Hogan gets there, Bobby fucking cowers from Hogan. And Bischoff's like, oh, what's the matter? You think he remembers all that stuff you've done over to him over the years? It was a good callback. And Bischoff and Heenan fucking sold it great. And even Hogan sold it well because Hogan offered a handshake to Bobby. And Bobby Heenan's like, nah, man, I'm good. I'm out. It was, listen, man, in a sea of shit, you got to look at the little things. I like the way they played it. And here's the thing. Yep. Hogan referenced in his promo earlier in ring with Gene that he was freshly shaven. Hogan doesn't have the black stubble anymore. He's just got the fucking bleach blonde handlebar mustache and the fucking hair, and that's it. He's babyface NWO Hogan, which doesn't last long. It's like a very short thing that we get. So the main event, it's Sid and Rick Steiner versus Sting and Goldberg. Bischoff's kissing Hogan's ass the entire time. Hogan ends up getting involved, hitting two of the weakest chair heat shots we've ever seen. Dink! Dink!
Let the chair do the work.
It was actually kind of quite comical. It was a DQ. Nash runs in, powerbombs Hogan through a table, and the show ends with the logo of WCW Nitro, like on a splash screen, and the bell just ringing, like, ding, 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 like Hector Salamanca was at fucking ringside.
All of a sudden, Gus, no! Okay. Well, thank God that Nitro's over. Thank God the wars are over. Now, we're going to do a little bit of detective work. Who did it?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for...
Best there is, the best there was, and the best that there ever will be. Hold 2, arm bar.
Sodas rule. Yeah, they do.
Hold 3, the moss-covered, 3-handle family gradunzel.
It's me, Austin! Just when they think they got the answers, I change the questions.
I did it for The Rock.
This week's top topic.
You know something mean, Gene? John C.
Wrestling's not fake!
The Rolex wearing what? Diamond ring wearing what? Kid stealing, woo! Wheeling dealing, what? Limousine riding, what? Jet flying, what? Son of a gun, woo!
Sierra Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, Shield.
If you smell...
The following ranking order and final decisions are a completely bias-based order, based off The Professor and ODM made it. And as always, they like to let you know they have not worked in the business, but have been lifelong invested fans, much like you, our listeners. With not only their opinions involved, but with countless amount of hours of research done each week, they make sure to provide proper facts and history to back it up. However, they do know that your opinion may vary from theirs. If there is anything you want to chat about, bring to their attention. If there is something they missed or forgot, or you just want to let them know they are out of their freaking minds, feel free to shoot them a message on Facebook or Twitter, or email them at thetopofwrestling@gmail.com. As always, they do appreciate all feedback and continued support. At the end of the day, they want to make sure that you do see the best of the best before you die. And now, this week's top topic.
Spoiler alert, it was Kevin Sullivan. Okay, this week we are talking about some SummerSlam moments. Do you want to discuss who really did it? Do you think there is any chance that Benoit was framed?
No.
Not even a fucking 0.001 fucking percent chance.
No, not at all. I'm a man of logic. However, having said that, if you have a case to present, I would love to hear it, and I'll kick my feet up like Vincent Gambini.
Stole his wife, did a whole feud where they fought bathroom into bathroom, went to WWE, became a world champ. Kevin said, nah, that don't work for me, brother. Went to his house.
He does look like Dollar Store Hulk Hogan.
I'm just saying he could have.
What?
Where was Kevin Sullivan on the night of this?
What if
he was hanging in the weight room the whole time?
Dear God.
Well, here's a little known fact: Benoit didn't even read the Bible, so why would he have a Bible?
Eddie gave him one.
I don't know if that's a real fact or not. I just,
Yeah.
oh, Jesus Christ.
Way to go, fella.
I'm going to move on. Hey, man, SummerSlam moments.
Woo!
SummerSlam is this weekend. We do have a lot of fun when it comes to talking about some past stuff. We've talked about some great matches that have happened at SummerSlam, some main events, or even just the events themselves, ranking them in order. But I want to talk about some great moments that have happened. Here are the Professor's top 1,148 moments in SummerSlam history. No. Here we go. Do you remember the time that Miss Elizabeth flashed Ted DiBiase? You thought it was a real full-blown flash, but helped the Mega Powers prevail over the Mega Bucks. 1988, Warrior dethroning Honky Tonk Man. It was iconic. Everybody remembers it. It was real quick.
Yeah.
And then 2 years later, Texas Tornado comes in place of Brutus the Barber Beefcake, who is injured in that boating accident. Yeah. The whole thing.
Which is hilarious because
Wait,
that motherfucker, because Texas Tornado was missing a foot. How are you going to get fired by somebody else more crippled than you?
Jared's barbecue sauce, so good the face don't work. Mountie going to jail in 91 is still.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man.
Fingerprinting.
Yeah.
You give me the finger. Here's
SummerSlam.
the finger. The one guy.
Yeah, that SummerSlam's one of the fucking top tier ones, yeah.
Yeah, between Brett winning the title from Perfect, you got Warrior getting fired the moment he comes through the curtain. You had the wedding. You had actually LOD beat Nasty Boys for the tag titles. That's one of my favorite SummerSlams.
Absolutely.
Of all time. I could go and order everything that happened with that one. Wembley, of course, the Intercontinental Championship match in 92.
Bulldog and Hart.
Headlines, which was kind of shocking. 93, the most celebrated count-out of all time. Woohoo! He won by count-out. Let's raise him in the air like he just defeated an entire country.
It's almost worse
more.
than a Shockmaster.
Oh, my God. 94 was the wrong main event. It should never have been Taker and Taker.
Yeah.
Brett and Owen, their cage match was unbelievable. I actually
opened the
watched it
show
recently where
right?
Brett said he... What's that?
Did they open the show?
No. They went right before Taker.
Oh, okay. I thought they opened the show on
Taker.
that one.
Because they ended up taking time away from the Taker match, and Taker, one of them, was mad at it. But that night, they also had Razor Ramon winning the Intercontinental Championship back from Diesel. It was kind of a year-long feud. I liked that one. 95 is likely the worst fucking SummerSlam of all time, highlighted with Diesel versus Mabel.
Yeah.
And they tried to recreate the ladder match with Shawn and Razor, and they shouldn't have done it. They should have just left well enough alone. Everything was fine the way it was. 96, just my favorite. I believe it or not, I mean, the Boiler Room Brawl, huge moment. The pre-show is fantastic, where Steve Austin beats Yokozuna because Yoko goes to do the bonsai drop, and he pulls the entire turnbuckle out. Rope comes down. He gets to pin him. It was quick little moment, and it was great because it was pre-show. They had time to fix the rope up for it. It was awesome moment. 97. Remember the Money in the Coffin? If you have the key, we were doing that sweepstakes thing.
We covered it. We covered it.
98 was Highway to Hell. I don't need to cover that again because we did that one recently. Not going to bother spoiling 99 because that's coming up extremely soon. 2000, the first TLC match, which was, they had the ladder match at WrestleMania 2000, but the first tables, ladders, and chairs is at SummerSlam 2000. And that's also the night that Kurt Angle got the pedigree concussion, which, dear God, I don't even know how he even functioned at all. And
maybe it was a good thing that Austin didn't have Triple H in that match.
This is why we talk this shit out. Good call. 2001 was in the Invasion angle. Rock wins the WCW championship. It was like every match had a championship involved. And actually one of them was a ladder match between, it was the Hardcore Championship, RVD and Jeff Hardy. I remember watching that at Spada's house. It was good. I liked that pay-per-view. It's nowhere near of what it could have been if it was the right Invasion people, but you made do with what you could, in my eyes. 2002, of course, Lesnar wins his first title. The unsanctioned match with Triple H and HBK, that's a great one to watch. I love that one.
Yeah, definitely.
2003, I think, sucked just as well as 1995, to be honest with you. 2004, we don't really get to talk about where Randy Orton won the championship, but he defeated Chris Benoit for the World Championship at this SummerSlam. We just know he won one. That we don't get to talk about it anymore, but it's a really good match, and it's unfortunate that you can't talk about it. And we also got another Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero match at that SummerSlam. And then it was, 19 years ago, 2005. Custody of Dominic on the ladder match. And here we are about to recreate it pretty much with Liv and Rhea. That was also the Edge and Matt Hardy feud where they're like, you know what, why don't you guys just air your shit out in the middle of the ring on pay-per-view? And
I'm fucking her, but I'm fucking her.
Yeah. They just went until Matt got concussed. That's really what it was. He was like,
oh, like his match with Sammy Guevara.
Like, 100%. He actually stood up the same exact way trying to fight back, which is hysterical.
But it's not.
No. 2010, man, I'm just skipping ahead. Man, it sucked. Nexus had such a good angle, and then Cena defeated the entire Nexus in a couple of minutes. 2011 was so good. That's where Punk wins the championship, the unification match with Cena, and then Nash comes in and fucks him over, and Del Rio cashes in at the end of that SummerSlam.
Yep.
Dear God, that pissed me off. And then they did it again in 2013, where Daniel Bryan wins the championship. Orton comes in and cashes in Money in the Bank because it was best for business at that time. 2014, Brock Lesnar dominating the living piss out of John Cena.
Suplex City.
A fun match to watch.
Suplex City.
And just hearing the one kid go, let's go, Cena. Just the one soul kid. And it's like, give it up, kid.
Give it up.
Dying.
He's
Look
dead. Deed.
He can't. He's already dead. 2016, that was Baylor winning the universal
title against Rollins.
Time.
Yeah, man. Good match.
Lesnar and Orton, where Lesnar
busted him open the hard way.
Elbow.
Yeah, dude.
2017, I still think was one of my favorite matches, and they were dumb to put it on the pre-show, but they had so many matches, and it was the Vince era. But New Day versus the Usos,
Hell in a Cell
is one of my favorite. No. That was at Hell in a Cell.
Okay, yeah.
They did that a couple months later.
Yeah.
Which was still, that was a really
That's
good
a
one,
fantastic
too.
match.
But this one was just a straight-up tag title match that went 30 minutes. They had the crowd going nuts in Barclays.
Yeah.
That was a good pay-per-view that year.
Yep.
2019, remember when The Fiend showed up with the lantern of his fucking face?
Yep.
Wow.
Hurt.
Like, this is,
Heal. Hurt. Yeah, they redid the intro theme for that one. It was the same song, but they remade it. Yeah, it was fucking great. Good entrance.
So good. 2020 was the return of Roman Reigns, where he took out Braun Strowman and Wyatt. Yeah, the Chiclets night. That's right. Yo, I was like, Roman and his teeth returned. Now it's like, okay, I get it. They're there. But back then, that was...
It was big.
Like, didn't you have a fucking football field gap in the middle of your fucking teeth? Yeah. It was a bit much. But you know what's crazy? We haven't really had any real big moments at SummerSlam over the last couple of years. I feel like we could be due for one. The only one I could really think of was Lesnar showing up in that tractor.
Pushing the ring like 5 feet over.
Yep. But then also when he threw the mic to Roman and he just caught it
one-handed.
Right.
Damn.
Everything in that match I was good with. I liked that one right there.
So he piled all the shit on top of
ring.
him, right? At the end?
Yep.
That was...
Yeah. I liked it. It was a good one. But I'm hoping this year they bring us something big. Maybe, a good return.
Lesnar.
Like I said, maybe AJ Lee, maybe Lesnar, maybe Roman. Hey, man, we got room. We got time.
Maybe all three.
We got a company that'll actually push people. Who knows? I just want someone to just jump over from AEW without breaking the contract. And Triple H is like, we'll pay
you. Know a man who used to rule with a shovel who now rules with a fucking golden gate? That's when the motherfucker turns the corner. Little side note, too. I saw a video the other day. It was like old. You've seen this before. Stephanie McMahon waiting in the car for Triple H and the fucking game music hits. Triple H has to come up to the car and fucking drinks the water bottle, spits it out, and then he gets in the car, and she's like, what the fuck is your problem? He's like, well, what good is entrance music if you're not going to use it?
I'd actually, believe it or not, this is going to sound really bad.
You'd fuck Stephanie?
I'd like to see Stephanie back on TV more. I like her on TV. I think she's good. She gets the crowd kind of going a little bit. I mean, she's
kind of got X-Pac heat, man. I mean, she gets out there, you get a lot of boos.
That's what I'm saying. Make her a fucking heel again. And it's no longer X-Pac heat. It's Jungle Goat heat, man. That's
for
what
real.
the real heat is now.
For real.
Or Mercedes. That's the real heat.
Mercedes heat. And I don't like that term because I like Mercedes. Mercedes is a hell of a car. AMG, baby. Fuck BMW. You don't care about cars.
Yeah, I only have to drive one every now and then to go places.
You're not driving a BMW or a Mercedes, and neither am I.
I drive a Ford Taurus.
I drive a Saturn. A Saturn?
that's what I was trying to think of. I was like, what one is it? All right, hey, next week we're going to be back. We're going to be talking about the fallout of SummerSlam 2024. We'll be having the wars. We'll have news. We'll have bring it to the table. And what we also will have is we're going to switch some things up. We did a lot of movies. We did comedy. We did, horror. All those different genres we could do. We worked our way into even talking about stand-up at one point. And shy of jumping into musicals, I'm pretty sure we should just get out of the movie era. And we're going to start talking music, man. I want to start getting into some bands. And the first one that I want to talk about is the one that connected you and I when we first started hanging out and talking. Deep cuts, man, of some good music. It's the Beatles. The question is, are they overrated or not? Don't give your answer right now because I know you probably want to say it right now. But a lot of, because I can see it in you. You're just going to go.
It's going to be a short top topic.
But I'm curious of it because I want to know who your favorite Beatle is, things like that. You know,
I'm coming correct. I was thinking about it earlier today. I can't wait.
So we'll be bringing that out next week, and I'm excited because, again, SummerSlam this weekend, dude, it's looking good. Again, if you were me, I'd end the night with Punk and Drew. It's the most heat, but if you're not going to and you have to do Cody and Solo because Roman's coming back, that's fine. But I'm looking forward to the bell ringing and hoping Seth goes right to the corner like you called last week. That's what I'm waiting for.
Yes, sir.
I think that if he does that, and he has no major thing that he has to be doing in the ring except just stand there watching him fight, fuck it. Let him go.
As tired as I am of Seth Rollins, I think he knows his place, and I think he knows that's the right thing to do. I don't think he's going to draw anything away from the match. I hope, anyway.
No. Well, I like those thoughts. But I'm the professor. I bid you a farewell. ODM will leave you with his final thoughts of the week.
Thanks, Professor. You know, one of the best things about rewatching the Monday Night Wars is just not the overall idea of it, but it's to relive some of the big moments and the things we take for granted, like catchphrases and feuds and things like that. And it reminds me of an issue I had today at work. As you know, I work in IT. And some asshole sent out an email copying in 1,800 people like he needed to. And basically, the last email that I got was somebody who does not work in IT, who is, in fact, a clinical staff member, telling me that she didn't think that my approach to troubleshooting the issue was appropriate, but she'll defer to me. Well, let me fill you in on what ODM has to say. ODM says, know your role and shut your damn mouth! The Top of Wrestling Podcast is brought to you by The Top of Wrestling Podcast. Your hosts are the Professor Mark Fantasia and ODM, the Doc Joe Rizzo. Feel free to reach out to the show by email at thetopofwrestling@gmail.com, on their Facebook page, Twitter page, Instagram page. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. You can listen to the show on most popular platforms, including iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, Amazon Music, Pandora, and YouTube. Without your continued support, it would be just some guys talking wrestling, which is pretty much what it is anyway. Good night, folks. he's cutting the promo on Nash. And with Hogan that close up on the fucking camera reminds me of my racist uncle.
What the fuck?
I know you ain't listening, but you know who you are, you fucking racist.
Uncle Steve. Oh my God, for real, don't tell me that's his name. Oh, no way. I was kidding. I swear to God. I was scared. It was just the first name that came to my head. It was the first name. I swear to God. Yo, I wish you all could have just seen him. He backed up and put his hands over his mouth like there's no way you just got that name. I could have went with any other name in the world, dude.
Oh my God. I don't even know where I am anymore.
Well, this show is dedicated to your racist Uncle Steve.
Oh my God.
Christ.
Cut that part out. Didn't track it.
For real?
Didn't track it.
All right,
You
then
got
hang on.